What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this. They tried to do everything in their power, man. Everything in their power. They was dirty, man. And I'm glad this happened. This had to happen. This was supposed to happen for the whole entire battle rap community to see. The whole battle rap community needed to see the dirty tactics of the URL and how far they're willing to go to actually destroy people, how they have no respect for nobody, who they was willing to sacrifice, who they didn't care about burning bridges with as a result of their malicious envy and jealousy towards this man wanting liberty and freedom to do right for his family. When you find out what they was doing, that's disgusting. That's more and more facts are coming out on exactly what was the plot when it came to Easy. And it was so crazy because it wasn't even about Easy. They got so vicious with it. They got so malicious with it. They also wanted to destroy us with him. Just keeping it real. They made it, look, the whole plot was to hurt the battle rap community so that he could be, so that we can get him. That's dirty, man. They set it up. They set it up to where they were going to, now watch this, y'all. Look how dirty this is. So this is how they set it up. He was going to throw the card in event and less than 48 hours leading into the event, all the battle rappers were going to fall out. At the same time, remember, at the same time, writing, practicing, rehearsing for an event that was the drop on the same exact day of his event. Tell me how dirty that is. Tell me that's not dirty at all. The same battle rappers that he booked for his card was offered deals and battles for the exact same day of his event. You see how dirty that is? Imagine that. All them battle rappers he booked said they can't do the battle. In the very same day of your event, they on a URL card. Live at the same time you live. Pay-per-view. That's dirty. That's super dirty. For the battle rappers and the URL. And I'm not giving them battle rappers no leniency because let me tell you why. Because this is what speculations is saying, and they really going to have to clear this up. So the battle rappers were told they wasn't going to be able to possibly be ready on the day of his event since it was sudden. They needed more time to write so it wouldn't be a failed event. And see, that's what the URL didn't want to risk banking on. Them actually throwing the battle at that time and the battle didn't go well. So they at least needed the battle rapper to somehow be at least 70 to 80% prepared for the night of the event. So they was going to destroy Easy the Block Captain event where he wouldn't have been able to cancel the event. He wasn't going to be able to get new artists. He wasn't going to be able to get new artists. He wasn't going to be able to give the people back their money. and he was going to lose out on a lot. And the battle rap community was going to be mad and angry because they got none of the events that was promoted on the cards. None of the battles that were promoted on the card. Bro, that's dirty. But look at how they think about us. They knew they was going to hurt us so that we could be mad at him, to force him and put fear in him to not want to throw another event. Or for us not to trust that any event he would throw, knowing what they was capable of doing. But we smarter than that, ain't we, battle rap community? We smarter than that. In fact, we shame them on this. And this is out of pocket. And something need to be done about it because they think they can do anything to anybody at any time. And that's not right. Because we see how they look at us. We see how they think about their artists. And the ones who really wrong here is them. Ain't nobody else wrong here but them. They the ones wrong. And they don't care. They whole article of what they stand for is to cause division and strife. So brothers don't know how to work together, and they don't wisen up of their tactics. If you look at the history of battle rappers going up against the URL, what have always been the URL stronghold? Division. Division. I'm sorry, man. I just got to put this out here. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody think. Let me just tell y'all something. That's the same thing the URL did against the Midwest movement. They needed to find somebody who would sell out, infiltrate, to destroy the Midwest movement because it was bigger. It was bigger than battle rap. It was bigger than the URL. And guess who was willing to sell it out for the money? I'm sorry. This was one of the reasons when I became a blogger, I had to address this. It was Averb. Yes, you did that, brother. And ain't no way you can deny it. All the facts and evidence is out here. We can go to the Calico battle. We can go to the Hitman battle. We can go to the X Factor battle. We can go to the Big T battle. The URL knew what you didn't know. In your ignorance and pridefulness and arrogance of wanting to be a star, of wanting to have money and wanting to sell out for sex. They knew the threat you posed. They knew how big the movement was because it opened up battle rap to all these other regions where they was able to financially start making a lot of money. And the power shifted. The power has shifted. It was listen, man, I'm telling y'all what I know that nobody can deny. These are facts. The power shifted. For the first time, New York was no longer the Mecca for battle rap. It has shifted to the Midwest. And one person kept y'all alive. And this one, I became a fan of his. Only one person kept New York alive. And that was T-Rex. Anybody from the Midwest know this. Anybody from, look, people ain't going to tell it right. I'm going to tell you the facts. Because I hate lying. And I don't want to lie. Okay? And I don't care about nobody's feelings. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Everybody was getting killed and hit in New York. The only one who was killing and destroying our giants at that time was T-Rex. Remember, Charlie Clips came later. Later. It was T-Rex on that battlefield. Okay? Remember, Clips didn't want to come out. Verb had been calling him out for the past couple years. But Charlie Clips called a Charlie horse. It was Rex single-handedly knocking down our giants. And I'm going to tell you somebody else who don't get credit, but actually made a heavy stance, and he don't get credit. Calico. Calico. People can say what they want about him, but Calico played a major part also in the Midwest movement, and Calico survived against Rex when he was dominating and destroying our giants in the Midwest, when we was destroying everybody else. No one was able to overthrow us but T-Rex himself. And it was Calico, the only one to survive T-Rex storm. That was a fact. That was a fact. Now, a highly debatable battle is T-Rex and Calico. I mean, T-Rex and Young Ill. That's a highly debatable battle to this day. You don't know who probably won. But one thing we know for sure that was guaranteed and not a debate, Calico beat T-Rex at his highest at a time when he was dominating all our Midwest leaders. He destroyed Big T. He destroyed Hitman Holler. He destroyed Averb. Most people got him beating Young Ill. It's still highly debated who won that battle. He was destroying all our giants. He kept New York alive, but the wave of the Midwest was explosive and it had dominated battle rap. And this is why Verb is considered Mount Rushmore, not only because of his now resume, but his impact of what the Midwest movement did for battle rap, where it opened up every region while Smacknum making all his money. Remember Calico and Calico and Lux? He say, yeah, y'all sold a couple DVDs, but we made them rich. What would he have done without that ball game? What would he have done without that Showtime? What would he would have done without that Zip 'em Up? What would he done about? Because it was war. And that was the best times ever in battle rap history. When the Midwest movement arose and took the East Coast by storm, and the URL knew that it was out of their hands and they had to get control over it. And they used the leader of it to do what? To start going against everybody else. Watch the X Factor battle. That's when Verb created that slogan. 3 round thing booked me for a long time. That's when that came. He created that slogan. This was the slogan he created. You say my name and send that bread, I come put blood in their mouth. That's when he created that slogan. That slogan was made to justify him betraying the Midwest movement for Smacknum, because Smacknum needed to get control over the Midwest movement, and he sold it out. That's a fact. That is a fact. And I ain't never heard nobody explain that and break that down, even though it's a proven fact. Ask Calico, ask Hitman, ask Big T, ask X Factor. That's exactly what happened. And you hear all the truth come out, especially in that X Factor battle. And listen at the Hitman battle. He said, I'm trying to destroy these New York niggas. You building friendship with them. Remember that? Yeah. And it was working. They had never experienced nothing like that before. To see that we was actually that damn good. That St. Louis movement was crazy. And them dudes was dominating. And Calico was representing Detroit and he was holding his own. He was holding his own. I ain't telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. The URL. That was one of the first times they ever showed conquer and divide and conquer. And the Midwest ain't been the same since. You know that? That's why these brothers now talking about the new Midwest. They'll never let that happen again. They would never let that happen again. And they know me. When we first started doing that new Midwest movement thing, and they found out I was like leading the rush. I was leading the rush as far as like the media person, and at the time, keep in mind, I'm the most dominant battle rap blog in the game. Oh, they immediately shut that down. And then guess what they did? Because me and D. Otter Henny, man, was the representative of the DMV. I was the representative for the new Midwest movement. Me and Truffaut and them, we was making out our roster. I was calling Piranha, calling C, calling Killer B, calling Fars. Yeah. And it was finna go down. And we was gonna put it together ourselves financially. Pulled him out of it. Offered him a job. He became the host of Ultimate Madness. Yeah, facts, because they know I know. Let me tell you something. I was already told this from the beginning. I'm Smack and Beasley them #1 blogger to watch, even though I'm not a part of the community. Watch Queen's Flip. Man, I wish I had that audio clip with Queen Flip, like, they on Twitter talking about it, like, your favorite blog on again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he told me that when we was cool. Like, I'm their favorite blogger. Remember, they been putting me in the URL trailers. They never met me in real life. I'm talking about, and I had the best moments in those trailers. You can go back to them and listen to them. They know I know the game. I'm older. I'm wise. I'm smart. I get all them games if they listen. If they listen and pay attention, and then the things I say, don't it come to pass? Because I'm on both ends of the, man, I'm on both ends of the spectrum. I played the dark side before, but I'm more wiser because I'm in the light now. So I know how that go. And they don't get it because they all in the dark. They have no idea what's over here on this light. Darkness will never overpower the light. In fact, that's what darkness is. It's the absentee of the light. Darkness is just the absence of light. That's all it is. And when it's dark, that means no light is present. That's all that means. You cut the light on, immediately, come on now. Darkness is just nothing. It's the absence of light. They did that. They mission was to divide and conquer. Midwest movement ain't been the same since. At all. I'm not going to let that happen ever again. Same thing they did here. But here's the thing where they fall short at. You can't control the community. Easy is already a star. He in high demand. He just got to know how to talk right. He got to know how to handle this right. And he got to stop making himself too accessible. I know he needed some money, and I know he needed some ends, but at this point in time, matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to him on another level. I need to help this guy out, and I hope he listen. I hope he listen, because now he got to make himself not be so accessible and not always be seen. Because now what happens is people grow tired of you. Then they're going to want something new. And that's when you're going to lose steam. You got to stretch this out. You got to it's like whipping up that work. You got to add, it's dope. But you got to put some baking soda in there. You got to whip up that work. You got to stretch that work. You can't be so accessible. Again, I know he did it because he needed some money to cover up things. You got to fall back a little bit, bro. You got to let the people start missing you now. Too much of everyday blogging and all that. Now you through your event. You made a lot of money. You need to fall back some, bro. You need to fall back. Because being on that internet, people going to start getting tired of you. Because I'm going to tell you something. You a whole nother different person when rapping, when talking. Some of the time when you talking, bro, you say a lot of questionable, stupid things, bro. You don't want people start figuring that out, that you a talker. Trying to tell you what I know, bro. Trying to tell you what I know. They made it, they business. Them some dirty people, man. Them some dirty, dirty people. They didn't care. They were willing to sacrifice everybody. That's bogus, man. Think about that, man. They had them brothers writing for another card the very same day of his card. They were going to use the same. Tell me that ain't arrogant. Tell me that's not prideful. That's so shifty. That's shifty on all their behalf. Like that's crazy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't really give them no passes on that. That's bogus. They didn't only back out that man card. They was finna do a card on the same day of his event. Come on, bro. Like that really that's shameful, bro. That's terrible. And then they peer. They supposed to have been behind that man, because he representing their freedom and showing how you can be successful if we work together. There go that divide and conquer again. Use them against each other. And who was on there arguing? They was. That being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. Ain't my judgment, that's some question. It's yours. Subscribe to Battle Truth.